Welcome to our Australia for UNHCR Frontline Club on the humanitarian situation in Afghanistan. I'm Naomi Steer, the National Director at Australia for UNHCR. It's only 8 weeks ago that Australia for UNHCR launched our Australia for UNHCR emergency appeal, coinciding with the breaking news that the Taliban had taken Kabul. To date, I'm proud to share that we've raised $9.5 million, I think it is today, which is an incredible amount for UNHCR's operations. Over 6 million of that amount was personally driven by Ben Quilty, here with us today.
As some of you may know, I travelled with the Australian Defence Force in 2012, watching operations in Afghanistan for a month. So then when Kabul fell, I felt I had to do something. I couldn't continue on with my life in my very lucky part of the east coast of Australia. And I decided to try and start a fundraiser. And I'd seen what the UNHCR does in several camps, and particularly the Babar Valley in Lebanon. Incredible scenes of humans helping humans. I mean, it really is a very moving thing to be given the opportunity to walk through those places and see the dignity that is afforded to refugees in a camp like the Babar Valley.
Okay, here is a seismic change in the governance of Afghanistan. Walking around and seeing is what we call IDPs. These are individuals out in the open, under a plastic sheet, under a tree, 8, 9 children. Well, the husband has gone to work. These kids can't be under this tree, under a plastic sheet in a couple of weeks. It's winter. But all of us have been communicating to the Taliban saying 50% of Afghanistan's population are women, girls, and girl children. You just cannot ignore them and think of an Afghanistan that's prosperous, that's peaceful, and empowered. For us as a humanitarian organization, it's very clear. We are there for the people of Afghanistan, 38 million of them, and de facto authorities there, the interim government of the Taliban, have made certain commitments, and we will work to see, engage to see how they walk the talk.
And our focus here in Pakistan, in the neighboring Iran, and also in other countries of the region is first try to make sure Afghans who reach out saying they need safety, they actually receive that safety. And also, let's not forget places like Pakistan and Iran have been hosting Afghans for the last 40 years as well. Currently, we have 1.4 million registered Afghan refugees in Pakistan. We have nearly 1 million registered Afghan refugees in Iran.
I know that, my extended family members who are in parts of Herat, one of them was actually abducted, and we still don't know of his whereabouts, and we understand that the abduction was related to the fact that he supported the previous government. If you have a daughter with you, that is really problematic. It is a huge risk that you take every time you step outside with a young girl in your family. Equally, their concern is for the young boys in their family, that young boys are also being abducted. So time is running out, money is running out, options are running out. And, and I know that this is something that is very similar to other people's journeys, but it's really heartbreaking to watch. Action for Afghanistan, there is a website you can check out. There are various actions that you can take. And one of the key things really is about making sure that we, as Australians, are able to increase our humanitarian intake and commit to a humanitarian intake, most importantly.
And I should say on the Australia for UNHCR website, there's also a page listing organisations that you can contact and be engaged and support in various ways, both domestically and also for the humanitarian support.
4 weeks' time, anybody outside under a tree without shelter is subject to hypothermia, period. So that's what we're talking about, in terms of what needs to be done. We're ramping up big time. We are sending 70 additional international staff.
So it's important that we are able to bring in as much relief and aid as possible. So we have been trucking from Pakistan stuff from our existing stockpiles, also bringing in. Our ability to assist depends on people's goodwill to donate and give. If those resources are not there, we won't be able to help people on the ground who direly need our assistance. Indrika was mentioning we have reached at least 400,000 Afghans who are displaced inside Afghanistan this year, and 100,000 in a matter of a few weeks. And that assistance needs to be continued.
If anyone joining us today wants to find out more about this situation and ways you can help, please go to our website at unrefugees.org.au. Thank you so much for everybody here today standing with refugees.